Hi, my name is Nathan Kiyam. I'm an attorney with the law firm of Buchalter in their downtown Los Angeles office. I'm an attorney. I deal in corporate transactions. There are attorneys who deal in transactions and there are attorneys who deal in litigation. The litigation attorneys go to court and sue. I do not go to court and sue. My primary function is to help businesses with their transactions. Corporate transactional law helps businesses with different transactions. It could be drafting contracts for a deal, buying another entity, helping draft employment agreements, helping draft with consulting agreements and independent contractors. There are so many different directions attorneys help in drafting various different transactions. It doesn't necessarily have to be corporations or businesses, could be individuals, could be helping an employee with their employment agreement. Litigation attorneys are the ones that are litigious. They sue different parties or defend a party in a lawsuit. Oftentimes these claims get settled out, and oftentimes they don't even get to court. It starts with a demand letter, the demand letter gets sent, and then they end up settling out or arbitrating the issue or mediating it before it even reaches the court. But some cases end up going to court, and attorneys needed to go to court for purposes of getting discovery and different evidence. When I was younger, I didn't have money, and in fact, my parents had worked lunch trucks, they worked in restaurants, in various different small businesses making small amounts of money. My parents could only afford feeding me and paying for the rent or the mortgage. So I had to be able to survive and be able to afford my college tuition myself. I ended up staying home and living with my parents while going through college. Also, while going through law school, I was staying at home too, so that reduced my living expenses. But law school can get very expensive. College, I left with about a $20,000 debt. The law school, I left with about $150,000 debt. Law school can get expensive, but your salary levels after law school and being an attorney can be substantial, and you can pay it back. You just have to plan for it and figure out what you want to do and be able to get that job after you get through law school and passing the bar. The most difficult time of my life was when I was in college. That's when we found out my mom had cancer and my dad was losing his business, his restaurant. I actually ended up right after college starting to work in taxes and accounting for a few years. I was only making about $40,000 a year, but it was enough for me to help my mom and dad financially. And in the meantime, be able to plan out how to get to law school, take the LSAT exam, and be able to get some scholarship or some assistance some way. I was able to help my mom and dad. My mom had gone through her cancer treatments while I was in law school, and I started law school at the age of 29. So you can do it at any age you want to. You don't have to go right away. You can plan for it later, or you can go right after college. But make sure you know what you're doing and what you're planning. I was 29 when I started law school. You could start law school at any age. I've seen classmates who have started law school in their 30s and 40s. I started at the age of 29. My mom was going through cancer, and by my 30s and in my second and third year of law school, she was going through chemotherapy. I was still helping her with her finance and helping my parents because they couldn't afford the finance while working, while going to law school. It is possible to be able to get to law school going part-time to full-time working, or to save up. But if your ambition and your heart is there, you should pursue it. And see if you can find a way for yourself to be fiscally responsible, to be able to maintain both your financial integrity, to know your finances, and to be able to afford law school. It can be expensive. So you have to know how to be able to afford it and plan it, and to be able to take your debt and work through it. Your biggest expenses when you go to college or law school or any graduate school is going to be not only the school tuition, but where you're going to live. If you rent someplace, it could be $2,000 a month. If you get a student housing, it could be $1,500 a month. It could be, depending on the student housing, if you're sharing, it could be $1,000 a month. So you need a plan for the rent and where you're going to live. Tell you, and I created this video for this reason, that if I can do all that I did, you can do it too. No matter how difficult life is, no matter how many obstacles come in your way, even if there's difficult finances, you can pursue your dreams and your goals and ambitions. Don't stop, and don't let people tell you that you can't be an attorney, you can't be this. Find your path, plan out each step of the way, and pursue each step until you get to the direction that you want to go, and then finally get to that end of the tunnel to become who you're meant to be. Find you and pursue it.